Mm, okay, now it should be fine. Yeah, is it visible now, Keshav? Okay, Keshav. Okay, fine. Mm, okay. So I'll start letting them join the session, and I'll give you an introduction after like 5 minutes, so like everyone can join, and then we can begin. Okay, sure. Okay. Hello everyone. If you guys can hear me, can you guys just drop a thumbs up? Okay, thank you, thank you. So we will begin with the session shortly. We're just waiting for people to join. So in another 3 4 minutes, we shall begin. Okay. All right, guys. We will be beginning today's session. So good afternoon, everyone. A very good afternoon. Today we are ready for a very insightful webinar on how to handle our stress and how to manage it using Ayurveda. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you our distinguished speaker for today's webinar, which is on harmony within Ayurvedic insights for stress-free living. So I would like to talk a bit about Dr. Keshav Chauhan. So Dr. Keshav Chauhan is actually a beacon of knowledge in the realm of Ayurveda, and he joins us as a guiding light on our journey to discover the ancient wisdoms that promote holistic well-being. With an extensive background in Ayurvedic medicine and a passion for empowering individuals to lead a balanced life, Dr. Chauhan embodies the principles of harmony and wellness. So, let us extend a warm welcome to Dr. Chauhan for today's presentation, and I hope all of you can take something away from this session. Please, Dr. Chauhan, we are we're very happy to have you.
So, hello everyone, and a very warm good evening to all. And thank you, Aditya, for such a wonderful introduction.
No worries.
So, the topic is very interesting about harmony within and how you can manage stress with the help of Ayurveda, right? So, stress is a very common thing nowadays. Someone who is not under stress is not considered as a normal being. We are living in such a stressful environment nowadays that a person without stress is considered abnormal. Anyway, uh, going ahead, we'll see that how you can take some uh, leaf out of the Ayurvedic knowledge that we have, the great wisdom that we have, and try to maintain a balance within yourself. because until your own self is balanced, we cannot really express our own things anywhere, neither at our work nor at our home or anything else we want to do. It's always important to have a peaceful and a happy mind to achieve success in any domain that you're seeking. Uh, so, Aditya, if we can move to the next slide. So, Ayurveda has explained that this human system is a tripod, and which is having a union of three things: body, mind, and soul. So, we also talk about soul. Body is something which we can easily see. We can see the changes. It is very gross. We can see it grow. We can see it deteriorate, degenerate, rejuvenate. All the things which are happening in the body are so much evident that you can also see the changes in others, not only yourself. But mind is very, very subtle. It is very subtle. It's hard to understand our own mind, and it's impossible to understand someone else's mind. So it is a very subtle thing. So it is very important to take care of this subtle thing, because the gross things are still easily manageable as compared to the subtle ones. Next slide, please. Yeah. So maybe we can just press next. Yeah. So human being in Sanskrit is called as Manushya. So Manushya means the one who has mana. Okay, so they don't call it Sharirashya, the one who has a Sharira or a body, but the one who has a mind. Or you can also say an animal with a mind is human, right? So a beautiful definition, because this body is an extension of mind. The way you think, the way your status of mind is, the same is being reflected in the body also. So mind and body are very closely associated, and the body is responding based on the status of the mind. Okay, so we all are actually the beings with mind. So we have to take care of the mind the most, even more than our body. Next slide, please. So Ayurveda explains that there are four different compartments within our mind. First is memory, which is also called as chitta, or it is like the hard disk of your mind. So all your experiences, all your memories, all your emotions, past experiences, good ones, bad ones, emotional traumas, everything is stored in this hard disk. So the way we are responding today, the way we react today, it has a lot to do with what is stored in the hard disk, right? Second is identity or ahankara. So there is a big identity crisis, what I see in patients today. A lot of mental patients, a patient with stress, have this identity crisis. They don't know who they are really. This you can also transform in a layman language as ego, right? Then third one is intelligence or buddhi. So if we don't use our intelligence properly, or we misuse our intelligence, then it also affects our mental health. And the fourth one is manas. Manas means the way you react or respond to different situations on daily basis. Okay, like you learn something, whether you're able to learn it properly or not. Somebody is shouting at you, how do you react to that situation? So that immediate reactions, immediate labeling is done by mind or mana. So these are the four compartments of mind. And in Ayurveda, when we are working on the mind, we work on these four compartments to bring out the best of mental health, right? So it is just a brief introduction to make you understand that how deep Ayurveda goes into the mind, and how deep the focus is on the mental health. Next slide, please. So what is stress? Is stress a syndrome? So as I said, that everyone has stress these days, and stress is not only affecting your mental health, but it does affect the overall lifestyle, overall routine, overall your working style. So it is not limited only to mind. It is affecting everything, your body. It might create another physical disease. It might lead to some other problems, relationship issues. So it's like a syndrome. It is not just limited to mind and only not only affecting the mind, but it is affecting your whole life in many ways. Is it a pandemic? So it is spreading like pandemic, and there is nobody who is not having stress. It is more like a fashion. People like to say that I'm stressful, so that they can also be part of the other group who is also under stress all the time. Is it really a disease? Do you call stress a disease? It is something for which you need medicines. Is it something which can be cured through the medicines, or is it just a state of mind? Okay, so sometimes you are under stress, next day you can be happy, the stress is gone. So is it just a state of mind? So what exactly is stress, right? So stress is of course a straight state of mind, and sometimes stress helps you to perform better, because your the ability or working capacity can increase under stress. Some people perform better under stress. But if the stress is prolonged, if this state of mind stays for a longer period of time, then our body is not really designed for it. Our body is designed to manage short term stress, to respond to it, react to it, and then come out of it. But usually people stay in stress for a very long period of time, right? So our body is a very good mechanism which works on hormones, right? So there is a hormone of fight or fly. So if there is a stressful condition, you fight in it, or you fly, you run away from it. But if you are not fighting, not flying, and you're just staying in that stressful environment, and it is being prolonged for a long time, that is when it starts affecting your mental health, and gradually it starts affecting your physical health as well. And if there is any past disease, any other disease that is running in the body, then this stress can aggravate that disease, right? In Ayurveda there is a very beautiful saying, vishado roga vardhana, means vishad or stress or depression or unhealthy mind is the biggest factor to increase or aggravate any disease condition in the body. So it will act like a catalyst to fasten up the disease progression, and then leads to a stage where the disease becomes difficult to manage or incurable. Next slide, please. So what causes stress? From where does it arise really? So in Ayurveda we say that pragya apradha, or misuse of intelligence, is the biggest cause of stress. So Ayurveda says that we are ourselves responsible for the condition we are in. Okay, we cannot blame others for our stressful uh, mental state, or we cannot keep blaming the situation or job or family or other things. If we are under stress, then we are ourselves responsible for that. Maybe we are not using our intelligence properly. We know that something is giving us stress, but we still allow those things to give us stress, those situations or those people to give us stress. Okay, and we find some wrong ways to overcome that stress. Okay, maybe you go to a bar at night, or maybe a weekend party, or some alcohol or smoking, and people think this is bursting the stress. But that's not the right way. This is again a misuse of intelligence. You're trying something to de-stress, and rather it will end up in making your mind even weaker to cope up with the stress. Next slide, please. So how stress affects your body? So it will affect from top to bottom, all the systems, all the body parts, as I already said. So there could be some mood issues which can result into anger, depression, anxiety, sleeping issues. You can find that you had a stressful day at work, मैनेजर ने कुछ डांट दिया या किसी क्लाइंट से कुछ उल्टा सीधा हो गया, या इवन रोड पर आप ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, किसी ने गलत गाड़ी चला दी, उस पर गुस्सा आ गया. So all these things will disturb your mind, and maybe at night while sleeping you're thinking about all these things. You're not able to switch off or overcome that stress, and it leads to a disturbed sleep, and it can lead to disturbed sleep for many weeks or many months also. So one moment of anger, it requires sometimes 6 to 12 hours for the body to recover it or overcome it. So just imagine how these states can affect your overall health. Second, blood pressure. It will increase blood pressure, and it puts more. You can see जब भी कोई गुस्सा होता है कहते हैं क्यों बीपी बढ़ा रहे हो, शांत हो जाओ. So sometimes the mental stress can also increase blood pressure, and those who are prone to low blood pressure, they can even have a lower blood pressure due to stress. Immune system, it will cause a weaker immunity, and we see a lot of autoimmune diseases these days. In India, the autoimmune diseases are on big rise now. So autoimmune means your own immune system, which is designed to attack the pathogens and protect you, starts rather affecting your own healthy cells and starts destroying them, which is a confused state of immunity. So the confused state of immunity comes from a confused state of mind. So at mental level, if you're not able to process your emotions, you're not able to process your mental stress, then it weakens and confuses the immune system and leads to a variety of autoimmune disorders. In skin, it can cause some psoriasis. In joints, it can cause rheumatoid arthritis, or even more severe and chronic autoimmune conditions, which are mostly incurable in modern medicine also, right? So very important to understand this point. Very often digestion is disturbed by stress. Either people will have acidity, gases, stomach cramps, loose motions, or you must have heard of a disease called as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which is also very common, and it has a very strong relationship with the mind. It can affect your sexual health, infertility. We see a lot of rise in infertility cases also. And when we go deep down into the history, we find that more than 60% of females are suffering with huge stress, which is causing irregular periods, or which is causing a low AMH, which is the fertility count, or even in males, you can see low sperm count for that matter. So this life also gets affected, and when sexual life is affected, life is affected, it does disturbs the whole family environment and ecosystem. Joints, we see a lot of people suffering with fibromyalgia these days, another disease which has a background of stress attached to it, and lower bone density or weaker bones. So you see how your muscles, your bones, your joints, your internal organs, everything gets affected by stress. Next slide, please. So this is a very important thing to understand. Ayurveda talks about three states of mind. One is sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva means a person who has a steady mind, who has a calm mind, who has balance in his approach, who is more realistic and more peaceful and healthy. Rajas refers to stage of excitement, right? Stage of excitement, action, passionate, energetic. So some people you'll see they are very hyperactive. They don't stay at one place. They are always charged up. So this is the Rajas state of mind. Tamas is more slow or heavy, lethargy, not interested, lack of motivation. Sorry.
Hello. Requesting everyone to please be muted.
Yeah. So these are three states of mind, and you can see everybody goes through these states of mind. And sometimes the two states which are unhealthy, which is Rajas and Tamas, it might stay for a long period of time, resulting into poor mental health. So it's very important that we also understand the food items that we eat, the type of lifestyle that we are having, it will also impact this sattva, rajas, and tamas in our mind. So everybody has this sattva, rajas, and tamas, right? For example, if you are drinking a lot of coffee during the work, during the day for work, you drink a lot of coffee. So this coffee will agitate the mind. It will increase rajas in the mind. Similarly, alcohol will agitate the mind. Cigarette will agitate the mind. It will increase more rajas in the mind, and then it becomes difficult for the mind to control itself. Similarly, some tamasic lifestyle like sleeping during the day, excessive sleeping, overeating, eating heavy foods, it will result into increase in the tamas in the mind. And then again, it disturbs your mental peace and mental health. So food and the relationships of state of mind is very important, because what you are eating is not only affecting the body, but it is also affecting your thinking process. It is also affecting the state of mind you are in. So important to understand these three states, and based on that, we try to regularize our diet. We try to regularize our lifestyle also. Okay, to understand more of sattva, rajas, and tamas, maybe uh, you can. I think they are maybe, yeah. So to understand more about Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, you can also read some Ayurvedic books and contents, and you can find a lot of detail about the foods and lifestyle that are more sattvic in nature, and we try to adhere to that. Next slide, please. This is a simple test to understand whether our sattva is high or not. If our sattva is not high, I think maybe this saga, yeah. If my sattva is not high, then I will not be able to sense and stress in a better way, right? So people with strong sattva will have a very good willpower. They are self-motivated, they are optimistic and not afraid of crisis. So sometimes you see that maybe in past I was very strong in willpower, I can bear the sufferings, I was very optimistic, but now I am becoming more fearful. My anxiety levels have increased. I'm not self-motivated these days, or my motivation is not long-lived. So this means that your sattva is coming down, and rajas and tamas, which are the negative qualities of the mind, they are increasing. So okay, it could be because of the food we are eating, because of the lifestyle we are living. So these points are important to understand, to check your own sattva level, whether it is superior, moderate, or low. Low sattva will make you more depressed, more fearful, confused. The willpower is very low, and there is no motivation, right? Next slide, please. So in Ayurveda, we call Sattva Avjaya the philosophy of winning over your own mind. So there are different tools explained in Ayurveda, but we'll just stick to some simple things that you can practice. Next slide, please. So some simple things that you can do on regular basis to de-stress yourself. First one is avoid multitasking. It is a very, very important thing. Though when we are working in present era, we are asked to do multitasking, but it doesn't really exist. Whenever you are doing multitasking, it will increase the rajas in the mind, or it will increase the hyperactivity of the mind, and it becomes difficult to relax the mind. So always try to focus on one thing at one task at one time, and once you're done, then you have to try to switch off from that task. Try to disconnect, take some break, do some deep breathing, and then move on to the next task. Because if you are not switching off, then multiple things are being processed by the mind at one go, and then it weakens the mind. Breathing exercise, very, very important. All your emotions, emotional state, it affects your breathing. You will notice whenever you are in stress or any anxiety, tension, you try to breathe fast, your breathing increases. Similarly, when we are trying to slow down our breath, when we do some breathing exercises, we can change or influence our emotions as well. Take out 1 hour for yourself every day from your busy schedules, okay, which we always forget to do. We are always busy at work, then with family, and always occupied in doing something for
Have
others.
lots of sex. It will make your mind fresh, motherfuckers.
Excuse me.
Just continue.
Yeah. And then some group activities with family or friends. Timely sleep is also very, very important. Okay, the better you sleep, the better is your mental health. And some mental rejuvenation. The food, as I said, is very important. So some things like nuts or ghee or milk should be regularly included in your diet. And there are some herbs, some Ayurvedic herbs like Brahmi, Shankpushpi, and Ashwagandha that can be also consumed on regular basis to improve the strength of the mind. Next slide, please. So prevention is also very important. So, so in Ayurveda, there is a saying that Sahasam Sada Varjayet means you should not over push yourself and not overstress yourself, because then it becomes difficult. Once the mental health is disturbed, it becomes very challenging to restore it back to normal. So always try not to push yourself beyond the limits, as it might lead to some conditions like burnout. And again, there are some tools that we can discuss, which can help you in preventing burnouts or preventing mental exertion. Next slide, please. We can skip this one next. Yeah, yeah, we can skip this one also. Next. Yeah, yeah. Next, we can come to the tips. Last one. Yeah, here. So I'll give you some simple, ways which you can practice to blow away stress or to relax your mind. Okay, next, please. So first important tool is deep breathing. So as I said, breathing is very, very important and very critical for your mental health. So always try to find out time to do some deep breathing exercise. Okay, it's very simple. Breathing is a involuntary process. You are deep breathing. You are breathing now also. We just have to deepen it, right? So just relax your mind. Don't keep any stiffness or tightness in any of the body parts. Keep it completely relaxed, and then do some deep breathing. So while you're inhaling, you can count up to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you count up to 10. And while exhaling, also you count up to 10. So inhalation 10 seconds, exhalation 10 seconds. So you slow down your breath. Usually we breathe around 16 to 20 times in a minute. But while you're deep breathing, we bring it down to 6 to 10 breaths in a minute. Okay, so this will help in proper oxygenation of the nervous system, of the brain cells, and also helps in a deeper relaxation of the mind. Okay, this can be practiced anywhere, anytime, while traveling, while going to work, while at work, anytime this can be practiced. And try to practice like 10 minutes morning, 10 minutes evening, so it will keep the mind more fresh. Next. So tortoise breathing, again another breathing tool. So in so tortoise, it breathes around 3 times in a minute, and he lives for 300 years. A human being breathes very fast and lives for maybe around 70 to 100 years. So the deeper you breathe, the better your nervous system is functioning, because your nervous system gets proper oxygen and your nervous system is completely relaxed. So you can practice this type of breathing also, where you are slowing down your breath very slowly and maybe taking 4 to 5 breaths in a minute. Right. Next, please. Balloon breathing, another easier way to relax yourself. Okay, you have to just sit down again in a relaxed position, deep breathe in through the nose, and while you breathe out through the mouth as if you are blowing a balloon. Okay, you can do it very slowly, and you'll find that immediately the stress levels come down. So whenever there is a state of anxiety, anger, or any uncontrolled emotion, you can practice this breathing exercise. Next, word chopper breathing, another good way to de-stress yourself whenever you feel that there was a lot of work and you are mentally exhausted. This is a very simple exercise. Stand straight. While breathing in, you take your both the hands up, and while breathing out, completely bend your body forwards and take the bend your, take the hands through your legs backwards. So you can practice this 5 to 10 times. You'll see again mind relaxes immediately, and this can be also practiced anytime. And this is like a wood chopper, means as if you're cutting a wood. So you breathe in while taking your shoulders up and breathe out while going down. Next, shoulder breathing. This is also a good way to again de-stress. Just put your hands parallel to your shoulders, breathe in and lift your shoulders upwards, breathe out, bring them down, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. This can be even done more faster for immediate relaxation. Next, please. Humming bee breathing or Brahmari pranayama. Those who do pranayama must have heard about it. It is a very, very good way again to de-stress. So while you breathe in, while breathing out, you produce a humming bee sound. So it also creates very nice vibrations in the mind and even helps in cleansing past stress. Yeah, so we will take some questions. So I'll just finish it in another 4 or 5 minutes. Then we will take the questions. Okay. Next, regular exercise. Do some walking, running, or any muscle strength training or any physical training, any sports, something. It should be regularly done. They take out some time for this definitely, because your body is a good way to de-stress the mind. So when you are doing this physical activities, the mind is also cleansed. So regularly find out some time, go out to the park and have some sports or have some physical activity. Next slide, please. Staying in silence is also a very good tool to recharge your mind. Okay, so any place which you find is a silent place at home, sit down and for a few minutes completely shut down your senses. Close your eyes, don't hear anything, don't see anything, or don't speak anything. So let your senses take proper rest and clean themselves, and it also helps in recharging the mind. When we are overexposed to things, we are engaged at work, then we go home, we are watching Netflix or some TV or some mobile all the time. So there is too much information that is going in, and the mind is discharging with all this information. It is not able to process and remember everything. So sit down in silence to get some, recharge of the mind. Just like we recharge our mobile phones after a long usage, similarly the mind also needs recharge. And needs will get recharged when the senses are disconnected for some time. Okay, so like we do Maun breath, right? So similarly, sit down in some silent place and let your senses be completely shut from the external world for some time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you can do. It will help in recharging the mind. Next slide, please. Laughter is another good exercise to de-stress. So there have been a lot of laughter therapy that is being in practice for quite some time now. So while you're doing yoga in the morning or any exercise in the morning, you can do it in a group activity of laughter, or you can do it anytime alone as well. So when you laugh out loud, it again releases good hormones in the mind and de-stresses the mind. Next, some Ayurvedic therapy
Take a
can
massage.
be practiced on regular basis, like head massage, body massage, abhyanga, shirodhara, very good therapy to cleanse the stress from the deeper recesses of the brain, and also strengthens the nervous system. So if you have any panchakarma center nearby where you're living, you can plan any of these therapies on a regular basis, on weekend basis, or whenever you get time. So some oiling, it helps in rejuvenating the nervous system. It helps in keeping the nervous system healthy, right? So anyway, or you can do it.
Thai massage, sir. Thai massage.
If you don't get time, you can do at home also. Next slide, please. So at Jiva Ayurveda, we have also created a very nice protocol for mental well-being, where we have used some Vedic psychology techniques to counsel the mind, and how to clean the chitta or detoxify the hard disk, to clean the hard disk, which is having some past emotional traumas, some bad experiences, some past regret, past guilts that people carry for a very long period of time, and which affects their health and might be leading to some physical illness which people are not even aware of. So we have designed a very nice protocol to delete the past bad experiences and past emotions through different counseling techniques. So you can also opt for such counseling sessions which help you in understanding yourself better and cleaning your mind on regular basis. So thank you very much. This is it from me for today. And if there are any questions, then we can take up the questions.
So everyone who wants to ask a question, you can either drop it in the chat or you can just raise your hand. We'll ask each and every one of you. Any questions?
Hello, can we have a PPT of this?
You want the PPT? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, it can be shared after. We will reach out after the session is done.
Yeah, thank you.
डॉक्टर हाँ जी डॉक्टर गुड कोलेस्ट्रॉल बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल इसके बारे में आयुर्वेद में क्या कहते हैं
Doctor, you are muted.
हाँ जी, बैड कोलेस्ट्रॉल वो होता है जो कि आपकी आर्टरीज में डिपॉजिट होके ब्लॉकेजेस या एथेरोस्क्लेरोसिस कर सकता है, जिसको हम ब्लॉकेज बोलते हैं कि ब्लॉक हो गया है। तो आयुर्वेद में अच्छा सॉल्यूशन है उसका, जो कि आपकी आर्टरीज को अंदर से बैड फैट को क्लीन करने में हेल्प करता है। तो आयुर्वेद में हम फोकस करते हैं थोड़ा लिवर मेटाबॉलिज्म इंप्रूव किया जाए, फैट मेटाबॉलिज्म इंप्रूव किया जाए, और कुछ हर्ब्स भी होती हैं जो कि आपकी बैड फैट को बॉडी से क्लीन आउट करने में हेल्प करती हैं। उसके लिए फिर साथ में कुछ डाइटरी एडवाइसेस, लाइफस्टाइल एडवाइसेस भी दिए जाते हैं।
Or Sri Monica Chavla, she has also asked a question in chat. I mean, Monica, are you there? Sri Monica? Okay, Atul's hand is also raised. Atul, do you have a question?
हाँ जी। तो मेरा जो बॉडी टाइप है, जहां तक मैंने समझा है, मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा नेजल प्रॉब्लम रहती है। मतलब दिन में नाक बंद रहना, रात में जैसे मैं लेटता हूँ नाक बंद हो जाती है, तो मुझे नेजल ड्रॉप्स यूज करने पड़ते हैं। और वो इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू यूज सच नेजल ड्रॉप्स विच इज अवेलेबल इन मार्केट, क्योंकि वो 24 आवर्स के लिए तो बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं, उसके बाद अगेन यू बिकम एडिक्टेड। अगर वो ऑल्ट्रीविन नहीं डाला तो फिर मतलब एकदम वो चोक हो जाएगा। तो ये नेजल दिन में एक वो क्या होता है, एक चंद्र क्रिया और कुछ, तो मतलब एक टाइम पे एक नेजल काम कर रहा होता है। बट मेरे साथ ये बहुत जल्दी जल्दी स्विच होता है, और बहुत मोस्टली मुझे लगता है शायद 10 से या थोड़ी सी भी ठंडी हवा लगती है मेरी नाक बंद हो जाती है। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन। सेकंड मेरा है कि मुझे मेरे बॉडी टाइप में ना, मुझे स्लिप डिस्क हो चुका था एक बार। अभी भी मेरे को थोड़ा सर्वाइकल के पेन्स आ रहे हैं मेरे ब्लेड्स में, मुझे स्पाज्म भी आते हैं। बट दो ऑल्दो आई एम वेरी एक्टिव, मतलब जिम करना या स्पोर्ट्स खेलना, आई एम ऑलवेज देयर वेरी एक्टिव। बट कुछ ना कुछ मुझे ऐसा बॉडी में होता है, तो कुछ सजेशंस।
हाँ जी, देखिए जो आप अभी सॉल्यूशंस यूज कर रहे हैं अपनी प्रॉब्लम के लिए, वो टेम्परेरी है, क्योंकि वो उसके रूट कॉज पे तो काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। वो तो सिर्फ रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट को थोड़ी देर खोल दिया, फिर दोबारा वो बंद होना ही है, क्योंकि आपने उसका जो रूट कॉज है उस पर काम नहीं किया। राइट।
ओके
तो जब भी बॉडी में एलर्जीज होती हैं, इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सम इन्फ्लेमेशंस इन द बॉडी, और
ओके
दूसरा आपकी इम्यूनिटी उससे वीक हो रही है। तो
हाँ
इसको थोड़ा इन्फ्लेमेशंस को कम करने के लिए और इम्यूनिटी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए ये दो चीजों पे हमें काम करना पड़ता है। तो आयुर्वेद में बड़ा अच्छा ट्रीटमेंट है इन चीजों के लिए। तो आप किसी आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर से या जीवा के किसी डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करके एक प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट लें, 2-3 महीने में दिस प्रॉब्लम विल गेट रिजॉल्व। साथ में अपना डाइट पे ध्यान दीजिए। डाइट बहुत
ओके
क्रिटिकल होती है इन्फ्लेमेशंस बढ़ाने के लिए, कि खट्टा बहुत ज्यादा ना खाएं, बहुत ज्यादा चिल्ड रेफ्रिजरेटेड चीजें ना लें आप, थोड़ा।
मैं तो शुद्ध शाकाहारी हूँ और कभी ड्रिंक नहीं किया, कभी सिगरेट नहीं पिया, कभी मसाला नहीं खाया, कभी अंडा नहीं खाया, शुद्ध घर का बना दाल रोटी चावल सब्जी यही सब खाते हैं बस।
देखिए, एलर्जीज एनवायरनमेंट से भी आ सकती हैं, जरूरी
हाँ
नहीं है कि
ओके
आपने कुछ गलत खाया पिया होगा उसी से आएगी। एनवायरनमेंट
ओके
से भी आ सकती है, जेनेटिक भी हो सकती है। तो इसलिए एक
हाँ
प्रॉपर डिटेल्ड कंसल्टेशन करके ही उसका बेस्ट
ओके
सॉल्यूशन। कई बार डाइजेशन अगर पुअर है, उससे भी एलर्जीज बनती हैं बॉडी के अंदर,
ओके
राइट। तो बिकॉज यू आर सेंसिटिव, व्हेन योर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम इज सेंसिटिव, योर इम्यून सिस्टम आल्सो बिकम सेंसिटिव।
राइट।
तो एक प्रॉपर बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन तो यही होगा कि आप थोड़ा डिटेल में कंसल्टेशन करके फिर उसके बाद
वो
इसका
नेति क्रिया जल नेति क्रिया या वो धागा से
कर सकते
वो
हैं।
आप सजेस्ट करते हैं क्या?
कर सकते हैं, नेति भी कर सकते हैं, जल नेति भी कर सकते हैं। थोड़ा
हाँ
टेम्परेरी रिलीफ उससे भी रहेगा, उससे क्या है कि पैसेज थोड़े खुल जाएगा, बेटर रहेगा। पर अगेन,
ओके
जो इन्फ्लेमेशन बन रही है शरीर के अंदर,
ओके
उसके लिए बेटर रहता है कि कुछ एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी चीजें हम लें, राइट।
ओके।
तो प्रॉपर प्रिस्क्रिप्शन इज नीडेड फॉर दैट।
एंटी इंफ्लेमेटरी फॉर एग्जांपल?
फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हल्दी जैसे होती है, इट इज ऑल्सो एंटी
हाँ
इन्फ्लेमेटरी। पर आयुर्वेद में अच्छी हर्ब्स हैं जो कि इसके लिए स्पेसिफिकली इन्फ्लेमेशन कम करने और इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने पे काम करती हैं।
ओके
साथ में अभी कुछ नसिया शुरू कर सकते हैं, अगर आपको अणु तेल कहीं से आसपास से मिलता है तो
हाँ
ओट्रिविन की जगह 2-2 ड्रॉप उसका नाक में डाल के अच्छे से इनहेल करें। तो वो
ओके।
भी थोड़ा आपका ऑयल भी एब्जॉर्ब होगा मिकोजा में, उससे भी आपका डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म जो है एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट के लिए बेटर होता है।
मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था कि सरसों के तेल को हल्का सा लगा सकते हैं पैरों में और नाक में भी। तो
सर,
अड़ू तेल अलग है और सरसों का तेल अलग है?
अणु तेल मेडिकेटेड तेल है, उसमें कई सारी
अच्छा
जड़ी बूटियां पकी होती हैं। सरसों का तेल प्लेन सरसों का तेल है।
तो मतलब किसी भी हिमालय डाबर ऐसा कुछ तो एक ले सकते हैं अड़ू तेल।
कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, ऑनलाइन परचेज कर सकते हैं, अणु ऑयल मिल जाएगा आसानी से आपको।
राइट राइट। ठीक है। थैंक यू।
या, थैंक यू। सो चैट में आई थिंक देयर आर सम मोर क्वेश्चंस।
हाँ
वो डीप ब्रीदिंग एनी टाइम प्रिस्क्राइब्ड, और वी कैन डू डीप ब्रीदिंग इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन डू एनी टाइम एनीवेयर। क्योंकि सांस तो हम ले ही रहे हैं, उसको थोड़ा डीप ही करना है। आप रेगुलर सारा दिन भी डीप ब्रीदिंग कर सकते हैं, उससे और बेनिफिट आपको रहेगा। सो जब हम कोई और प्राणायाम करते हैं, लाइक नाड़ी शोधन, अनुलोम विलोम, कपाल, तब हमें थोड़ा खाने का गैप रखना चाहिए, खाली पेट करना चाहिए, यू शुड नॉट बी फुल। बट डीप ब्रीदिंग इज अ वेरी सिंपल प्रोसेस, वी आर जस्ट prolonging the breath. It can be done anytime, anywhere. Minal is asking what kind of food should we have every day which can help us in keeping our mind and body in sattva. तो वेजिटेरियन डाइट अच्छी रहती है सत्व बढ़ाने के लिए। लाइट डाइट विच इज इजी टू डाइजेस्ट, ओवर ईटिंग ना करें, फ्रेश खाना खाएं, पैकेज्ड फूड फास्ट फूड ये अवॉइड करें, बहुत ज्यादा प्रिजर्वेटिव वाला खाना अवॉइड करें। तो फ्रेश सैलेड्स फ्रूट्स ये अपने डाइट में जरूर रखें, ड्राई फ्रूट जरूर रखें, दूध अगर मिलता है वो ले सकते हैं। तो इस तरह की डाइट आप रेगुलरली लें तो अच्छा रहता है। What to do if I'm having acidic burps? I'm drinking isabgol with hot water. Is it? देखिए, देखना पड़ेगा कि एसिडिक बर्प्स आपको क्यों होते हैं। आयुर्वेद का जो सिद्धांत है वो हम लोग काम करते हैं ऑन द रूट कॉज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, नॉट जस्ट फिक्सिंग इट ऑन टेम्पररी बेसिस एंड नॉट जस्ट फाइंडिंग सम क्विक फिक्स, बट रादर टू वर्क ऑन द रूट कॉज। एसिडिटी का मेन कारण क्या है? क्या आपका खाना ढंग से डाइजेस्ट नहीं होता है, लिवर हेल्थ पुअर है, लैक ऑफ एक्सरसाइज है, आपका ओवर ईटिंग रहता है, या खाना जो आप जो खा रहे हैं वही ज्यादा एसिडिक है जिसकी वजह से बॉडी के अंदर हीट ज्यादा बन रही है। तो वी हैव टू फिक्स दिस मेटाबॉलिज्म हियर। लिवर हेल्थ पे काम करना पड़ता है और थोड़ा हीट कम करनी पड़ती है शरीर से, थोड़ा कूलिंग चीजों का इंटेक बढ़ाना पड़ता है, and then only we can really fix it completely. Isabgol with hot water is not sounding a very promising solution for it. तो एक बार प्लीज आप थोड़ा अगर कुछ स्टार्ट करना है तो आंवला और एलोवेरा जूस खाली पेट अभी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. And then, as I said, to work on the root cause and to cure it completely, please get connected with an Ayurvedic doctor. विटामिन डी एंड B12 इज लो एंड आई एम वेजिटेरियन, व्हाट शुड आई डू? देखिए, बेटर रहेगा कि विटामिन डी और B12 के आप कुछ सप्लीमेंट्स ही ले लें, क्योंकि वेजिटेरियन डाइट में ये फुलफिल नहीं हो पाते हैं. ऐसे कोई स्पेसिफिक फूड्स नहीं है जिसमें आपको ज्यादा मिलेंगे, पर ड्राई फ्रूट्स और नट्स आप रेगुलर बेसिस पे कंज्यूम करिए. और साथ में ऑयल मसाज अपने शरीर का अच्छे से करें. जब ऑयलिंग अच्छे से होती है तो जो आपका खाना पीना आप खा रहे हैं वो नेचुरली बॉडी में अब्जॉर्ब होता है. और सन से भी जो आपको अगर विटामिन डी का एब्जॉर्प्शन चाहिए तो द स्किन शुड बी lubricated. If the skin is dry and cold, then even the body will not absorb proper vitamins from the environment as well. What is the best time to drink milk? Best time to milk drink is before sleep. सोने से पहले लीजिए. Better to drink milk standing. ऐसा कोई प्रॉपर विधान नहीं है. Ideally, we advise people to sit and eat and drink. So you can drink milk while sitting also. 5 to 7 crisp walk per day is enough, for any other exercise is required. श्रीनिवास जी, ये आप किस चीज के लिए सवाल कर रहे हैं? I mean, crisp for any specific disease or it's just
No, to control my BP. Actually, recently I had gone for blood donation. Little bit of BP I found it. Then immediately I started a crisp walk, and simultaneously I am taking some medication from Ayurveda only. Now it is almost controlled.
Okay.
And I am seeing a lot of difference the day I started this 5 to 7 kilometers crisp walk every day morning 1 hour. So which I started around 10 days just before, and I'm seeing a lot of difference. So is that okay or anything else is required, sir?
No, this is very good. You can also practice some deep breathing. So just to relax the mind. So maybe you will see a good difference in blood pressure.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Take care.
So if I'm lactose intolerant, so as per the Ayurveda, what are the alternative for milk and other dairy products?
So if you are lactose intolerant, in beginning you will have to completely stop lactose because there are no enzymes in the body to digest it. But in Ayurveda, we do some detoxification treatments, which is called as virechana. And then we introduce lactose gradually in the diet so that the body can start producing enzymes for it. So this is the main treatment that we do. If you are not, for now, you will have to completely stop it because you are intolerant to it. But you can switch to almond milk, coconut milk, soya milk, such things which are not really a milk from the animal origin, but it is it's like a another form of milk that is available. Might not give you the same benefits, but that can be consumed.
Okay, thank you.
Oil recommended for body massage, best is sesame oil or til oil. That is best in Ayurveda for body massage. You can lukewarm it before massaging. Shall I consume omega-3 capsule if LDL cholesterol is high? If LDL is high, उसका आपको कितना वैल्यू है, कितना वो है देखना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए कुछ आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन भी ले सकते हैं, और कुछ अगर आपको एलोपैथिक मेडिसिन लेना है तो शायद कुछ स्टैटिन्स वगैरह को स्टार्ट करने पड़ेंगे. वो आप एलोपैथिक डॉक्टर की सलाह से लें. आयुर्वेद में देयर आर गुड मेडिसिन दैट कैन बी टेकन टू कंट्रोल LDL. बासी रोटी इज गुड सोर्स ऑफ B12. I'm not very sure about this. We don't really recommend basi roti that much in Ayurveda, and especially कौन से grain का बना है उस पे भी depend करेगा. But I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. Medicine and diet in Ayurveda for good cholesterol. सर मेडिसिन में बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. अगेन मेडिसिन से लेने के लिए बेटर रहेगा कि एक डिटेल्ड कंसल्टेशन डॉक्टर के साथ किया जाए कि आपका कोलेस्ट्रॉल क्यों बढ़ रहा है. तो अगर लिवर हेल्थ कमजोर है, फैटी लिवर भी एसोसिएटेड है साथ में, तो कुछ दवाई फैटी लिवर के लिए भी डालना पड़ेगा. अगर एक ये जेनेटिक प्रीडिस्पोजिशन है तो कुछ हमें कार्डियक टॉनिक्स इसके अंदर साथ में डालने पड़ेंगे। तो इसलिए एक बार वो हिस्ट्री से समझ में आएगा तो मेडिसिन तो तभी प्रिस्क्राइब की जा सकती है। डाइट में अच्छा है कि फैटी फूड बिल्कुल बंद किया जाए, पैकेट वाला बिस्किट नमकीन जिसमें सैचुरेटेड फैट होता है उसको बंद किया जाए, फ्राइड फूड बंद किया जाए, फ्रीक्वेंट ईटिंग बंद की जाए, मीठा कम करें और थोड़ा सा फिजिकल एक्टिविटी बढ़ाएं। Any tips for thyroid problem? Again, it will depend कि थायराइड कौन सा है, हाइपोथायराइड है, हाइपरथायराइड है, आपका वेट कितना है, क्या क्या साथ में सिम्टम्स रहते हैं, तो सारी चीजें देखकर ही थायराइड का बेस्ट टिप्स दी जा सकती है। बट जनरल टिप इफ यू वांट, thyroid is a problem that will come from irregularities in your diet and lifestyle, so always try to eat on time and sleep on time. ये basic fundamental है। So breakfast should be on time, lunch should be on time, dinner should be on time. अपनी meal timings आप exact रखिए, same रखिए every day, और sleep cycle अपनी improve करिए। ये दो चीजें भी आप ठीक करेंगे तो आपका थायराइड काफी अच्छा कंट्रोल में आता है। Treatment for PCOD, yes, definitely there is a treatment for PCOD. It will also depend whether you are married or unmarried, planning for a baby, और थायराइड ये PCOD में वेट कम है, वेट ज्यादा है, डिलेड साइकिल है, क्या सिम्टम्स एसोसिएटेड है, उसके साथ ट्रीटमेंट चलता है टू ऑल्सो कंट्रोल द सिम्टम्स एंड ऑल्सो टू कंप्लीटली ओवरकम द प्रॉब्लम। एनी टिप्स फॉर हेयर फॉल? अपनी डाइट को चेक करें, अवॉइड हीटिंग फूड्स, अवॉइड एसिडिक फूड्स एंड टेक सम न्यूट्रिशियस डाइट। आंवला रेगुलरली लीजिए, ऑयल मसाज रेगुलर करें, जो भी ऑयल आपको सूट करता है, और कुछ नेचुरल चीजें ही बालों के लिए लगाएं, अवॉइड केमिकल्स। Adding turmeric is good in milk, and then how often it should be taken? Uh, Adding turmeric is definitely good. A pinch of turmeric or 2 pinches of turmeric at max. It can be taken daily during winters. गर्मियों में जहां पर आप रहते हैं, अगर बहुत गर्मी पड़ रही है, आपके शरीर के अंदर गर्मी ज्यादा है, तो इसकी क्वांटिटी और फ्रीक्वेंसी थोड़ी कम की जा सकती है। हफ्ते में 2-3 बार ही फिर इसका आप सेवन करें, डेली ना लें। How can we take care and relax our eyes after long working on laptops and तो देखिए, बीच में ब्रेक लेना बहुत जरूरी होता है। जब भी आपकी लॉन्ग वर्किंग रहती है, आपकी आंखों को रेगुलरली ब्लिंक करते रहें, बीच में ब्रेक लेके अपनी आंखों को फोर्सफुली क्लोज करें, खोलें, कुछ आंखों की एक्सरसाइज 2-3 मिनट के लिए बीच में करें। फार्मिंग इज अ वेरी गुड एक्सरसाइज टू रिलैक्स द आईज। इसको आप रेगुलरली कर सकते हैं। आंखें बंद करके थोड़ा ठंडे पानी का स्प्रिंकल करें, ताकि जो स्ट्रेन पड़ रहा है आंखों पे, जो ग्लेयर जा रहा है उसका, तो वो थोड़ा रिलैक्स रहें। सोने से पहले एट होम यू कैन अप्लाई सम त्रिफला घी। त्रिफला घी एक मेडिकेटेड घी होता है, उसको सोने से पहले आंखों के ऊपर थोड़ा एप्लीकेशन करें और उसकी फीट मसाज भी करें, तो उससे भी जो दिन भर का थकान आंखों को हुआ है वो रात को रिपेयर होगा आपका। एंड ऑल्सो कीप ड्रिंकिंग वाटर व्हाइल यू आर वर्किंग फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम ऑन स्क्रीन। कीप अ बॉटल विद यू, कीप सिपिंग सम वाटर, ताकि आंखों में ड्राइनेस ना बने। ग्रीन टी इफेक्टिव और जस्ट मार्केटिंग गिमिक? आप किस पर्पस के लिए लेना चाहते हैं उससे डिपेंड करता है। टी लीव्स का मेडिसिनल बेनिफिट्स भी होते हैं, पर कैफीन उसके अंदर रहता है, और एसिडिक ना हो, एसिडिटी ना हो, इस चीज का ध्यान रख के आप उसको कंज्यूम करें।
So I also just wanted to say one last thing कि अभी 5 minutes बचे हैं,
जी।
so it will be like we have to wrap up the questions. So in the last 5 minutes, whatever question you guys want to ask, you guys can go ahead. In the meantime, I also want to say कि Circle Health, we have partnered up with Jiva Ayurveda, and we also have some services that you can avail through through our app, or you can ask one of your HRs. So if you are interested, please go through the app or ask one of your HRs on how you can get consultations. And there are multiple programs there with Jiva Ayurveda. So could be diabetes reversal, could be skin care. There's multiple programs. So if you are interested, please do check it out. And yeah, you guys can go ahead, ask your questions.
Thank you, Aditya. So, as you said, I think I would like to reiterate it कि आयुर्वेद में हम थोड़ा रूट कॉज पे काम करते हैं। तो कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आपको चल रही है, टेक अ कंसल्टेशन, उसको समझिए कि वो प्रॉब्लम क्यों हुई है और कैसे उसको मैनेज किया जा सकता है। एंड जब भी बीमारी ऐसी है जो कि क्रॉनिक है या लंबा इलाज चलना है, सो ऑलवेज सीक सम नेचुरल सॉल्यूशंस। so that you can overcome it naturally rather than facing some side effects of the chemicals. How much water intake is recommended? Water intake 1.5 से 2 लीटर पानी तो कम से कम आपको पीना चाहिए. उसके बाद आपकी प्रकृति के अनुसार यदि बॉडी में हीट ज्यादा है, स्वेटिंग ज्यादा होती है, तो उसका इंटेक और बढ़ाया जा सकता है. अगर आपको बार बार यूरिन नहीं आता है, यूरिन कम आता है, वाटर रिटेंशन होती है, तो आप एक बार थोड़ा सा अपना वॉकिंग वगैरह भी उसके हिसाब से बेटर रखें. पर 1.5 से 2 लीटर पानी कम से कम पीना चाहिए दिन भर में.
Thank you so much for your answers. And it was really a great session. Thanks for the insight. I always believe in Ayurveda. मेरा एक बस last confusion और है, if I can ask.
हाँ जी, पूछिए.
ओके सो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मुझे ना ठंड बहुत जल्दी लगती है और गर्मी में मतलब मुझे गर्मी लगती नहीं है. तो कितनी भी तेज गर्मी हो, धूप हो, मैं बिना पंखे के भी आराम से बैठ सकता हूँ. तो ये नॉर्मल है, नेचुरल है, ठीक है कि कुछ गड़बड़ है?
ये कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है सर. इसको प्रकृति होती है हर व्यक्ति की अलग. अगर आपकी
हाँ.
वात या कफ प्रकृति है तो आपको गर्म सीजन से ज्यादा अच्छे लगेंगे, ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल लगेंगे, और सर्दियों में आपको ज्यादा ठंड लगेगी. ये प्राकृतिक होता है, ये कोई विकार नहीं है. लेकिन अपनी बॉडी को थोड़ा बैलेंस रखने के लिए आप डेफिनेटली उस हिसाब से अपना डाइट और अपनी एक्टिविटीज को रेगुलेट कर सकते हैं, जिससे कि उसका अफेक्ट शरीर पे ना आए. बट दिस इज नॉट पैथोलॉजिकल. दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Can anyone use त्रिफला घी without consultation? त्रिफला घी किस पर्पस के लिए यूज करना चाह रहे हैं प्रदीप जी, इसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा. So if you are using it externally for foot massage and just rub on the top of the eye, so that is not a problem. अगर कुछ और पर्पस है तो डेफिनेटली एक बार कंसल्टेशन जरूर करें. हाँ जी, आइस के लिए पूछ रहे हैं, तो आपको हल्का सा लेना है त्रिफला घी और ऐसे जेंटली आंखों के ऊपर लगाना है. एंड मे बी ये जो थंब का बेस होता है, इससे हल्का अंदर की तरफ से बाहर की तरफ जाते हुए जेंटल ये करना है, सिर्फ बिल्कुल बहुत जेंटल. तो ये आप डेली कर सकते हैं या ऑल्टरनेट डे कर सकते हैं. एंड ऑल्सो यू कैन डू फिट मसाज विद त्रिफला घी. तो इसमें कोई क्योंकि हम अंदर कुछ नहीं डाल रहे हैं, तो यू कैन, इट इज ऑल एक्सटर्नल, so there is no harm in it. ठीक है, so I think we are also done with time. Thank you everyone for patiently listening and for all your interesting questions. And again, just my closing statements. तो जो भी आपका questions है, queries है, आप हमसे एक detailed consultation भी ले सकते हैं. And the consultation can be done at any clinic, or you can also do it virtually on call or on videos. And we'll be very happy to help you and take you through Ayurvedic journey of health and a balance within. Thank you very much.
And I want to give a big thank you to you, sir, because you took time out of your day and you answered all these questions. It was a very great session, very informative, and I think everyone has taken something from the session, and it was overall just very great. Thank you so much, Dr. Keshav. It was
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.